Shalom, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hudash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to Akim, your hopeful elect on the highway and hedges, making your body a living sacrifice, according to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to sincere believers, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abban Babal. This is our brother Zakar Abban coming back with another video. This will be going into the beef between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. All right, so play the video and I grab a few scriptures. This will be pretty quick through the spirit. And real quick, I have to say that regardless if this is a so-called psyop or they trying to pull a fast one, we gotta understand this is all the will of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Okay, pretty much stirring up these Edomites, and they are going after each other, which is great to see. Right, a house divided. So this is Proverbs 21 and verse 1. I'm reading the KJV and the NLT. The king's heart is in the hand of the Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Right, as I was just saying, all of this is the will of, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay. The king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Yahweh. He guides it wherever he pleases. Okay. So the Most High is always in control. So when you see, these devils doing something, as you may say, erratic, it's all the will of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. Like just last week, real quick example, then play the video. You had Donald Trump saying about how Vladimir Putin was losing his mind. Okay, which he is not. All right, because this is the will of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. The Most High controls the heart, meaning your mind. Okay, so let's play this video and I'll grab a few more.
Now to a feud the world is watching. Just a few days ago, President Trump and Elon Musk were power partners, but they are pals no more.
Today, they took their very pointed and personal beef public. Garrett Haake has more on the growing rift.
Tonight, the stunning public breakup.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if it went well anymore. I was surprised.
Just days after that lavish Oval Office send-off.
He's done a fantastic job.
So I expect to remain a friend and an advisor.
President Trump and his once top ally, Elon Musk, now in a nasty public feud.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
All starting this morning when the president was asked about the former Doge leader's criticism of his so-called Big Beautiful Bill, which extends the Trump 2017 tax cuts and eliminates taxes on tips and overtime. Musk slamming it, saying it spends too much.
Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here.
The president, who recently showed off his Tesla at the White House, saying Musk's opposition began because the bill eliminates electric vehicle tax credits, which hurts Musk's business.
And he had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
Musk responding in real time on X. False. This bill was never shown to me even once. Moments later, writing, whatever, keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill, but ditch the mountain of disgusting pork. All of it a sudden shift for Musk, who enthusiastically campaigned for Trump. Today, the president suggesting he would have won in 2024 without the support of the world's richest man.
I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway.
Minutes later, Musk firing back, writing, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Such ingratitude. And this afternoon, the war of words escalating even further. President Trump posting, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate, and he just went crazy. And that the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Musk then writing, time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they've not been made public. Musk offered...
All right, I had to pause it just for a second. So we see how these, Edomites are against each other. All right. And I must grab this in the book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 24 and also 25. Now, this can be applied to as well as when you see these people, get all into the politics and they be against Democrats and Republicans. But, you know, really to sum it up, it also is about Esau being against himself. So this is Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. All right. And now we understand, according to, you know, the scripture, Job 9:24, which is very fundamental. But as it says, the world is given unto the wicked, and the wicked is Esau, Edom. All right. So this is his empire. This is his age to rule. That's why you see in the book of Matthew chapter 24, and that word where it says world, it goes into eon, which means a age. So we are in the age of Esau's rulership. For Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it, in the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9. So let me read this again. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And like I was saying, we see the beef between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, which is great. All right. The more trouble and chaos it is, the better it is for the household of faith. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. All right. So what, you know, it cannot stand. And this is, you know, these are not some peon and regular Edomite. These are, you know, prominent Edomites, man, going at it, which is great. All right. So let's play a little bit more.
No evidence to back up his accusation, and nothing made public has implicated Trump, who minutes later, Musk firing back, writing, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Such ingratitude." And this afternoon, the war of words escalating even further. President Trump posting, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate, and he just went crazy." And that the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Musk then writing, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they've not been made public."
Woo. All right. Hey, he's telling it like it is. You know, like I was saying, as I grabbed earlier, Proverbs 21 and verse 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. All right. And, you know, although Elon Musk is not what you call a king, but he's very prominent. All right. He's not some peon Edomite, as I just said. He's a prominent Edomite. OK. And regardless of what they say, you know, this is all the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So let me grab this in the book of Psalm 64 and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right. So he told it like it was. You know, he told it like it is, man. Said that what Trump is in the Epstein's file. Let's read in NLT. Their own tongues will ruin them. All who see them will shake their heads in scorn. Okay. And we see, you know, many examples of that, you know, not just what what's going on now with the beef between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, but we also see it of how they say, you know, the whistleblowers, a lot of Edomites, they may say something that lines up perfectly and which is the truth. Okay. You may hear certain Edomites that say, yeah, there's going to be a charagma. They got a thing where they want to, you know, control everybody. All right. With the grain of rice. Okay. Got to code it a little different because, you know, they're getting their feelings. So, you know, this is all great, man. So, you know, one day closer. All right. And this beef is beautiful. Okay. So I'm in it there. I'm going to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hudash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim, be hopeful elect on the highway and hedges, making your body a living sacrifice, according to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to you, sincere believers, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Bragatham, and Abba. Shalom. On to the next. I don't want Ratazah.